Oh man, it is nice to finally just get out of the house for like 2 minutes. Stand up. I haven't exercised in so long. Jeez, maybe I should go for a run. I don't know. I mean, I'm only in the backyard. I don't run around this. It's kind of weird, but it's just nice to finally observe what's going on. Why do I have the sinking suspicion that I've forgotten something? Alright, it's been another month, and we've gotten a decent bit done. What can I say? We've got scene transversal, dialogue triggers, nav meshes for the AI, updates to the UI backend, overhauling the scene transversals, but that's not what I'm trying to show you guys. Although you guys are going to see that stuff already, but what we're going to talk about today, now that I have enough of a single footage to actually just not even have to do any intro. We can talk about what we need, what's in the works, what's been dropped, all that good stuff, right? So we're going to start with the stuff that is currently needed. Obviously, we're going to need like some kind of navigation assistance, something like a mini-map or like a pointer or some kind of indication of where the player is supposed to go. We're going to need partner combat AI, although that might be dropped later. It's kind of a difficult thing to do, and what I might end up doing is just having the player get buffed depending on what partner they decide to choose to bring into a specific area or a specific combat. But that being said, if I want to keep the whole Kingdom Hearts motif, it's kind of essential to have a partner AI, at least through the majority of the game. As well as weapon systems. I'm not sure about weapon systems. I think that might also be something that gets dropped. I think what we'll probably do is focus more on the second thing I needed to mention that needs to be still needed is leveling systems, right? This is an RPG after all, so there needs to be some sort of leveling system. It hasn't been a priority as of yet since statistics are already implemented in the game now. It's just about growth in those statistics, and I haven't quite thought of a plan for that yet. So that might be something I end up having to do on the fly. That's kind of one of the reasons why it takes so long to do things and update things, is that I need to plan them out first to see if they're actually any good. Then I actually do the thing, and then I test the thing. And that sometimes takes a day, a month, a week, really depending on what the thing is, right? But some of the things are currently in the works. Inventory, spelled systems, items, spells an item. Actually, let me transition to that. Getting a little ahead of myself. Alright, so these are the systems that are currently in the works, right? We got an inventory system that's currently in the works. I think you guys saw that last time. Well, not really, but there's spells and items, and those are going to be part of the overall broad inventory system. But spells and items are the usual part of the inventory, and there's the unusual part of the inventory, and that's also in the works currently. As you guys can probably tell, I've been reworking some of the UI for the status bar. That's part of the overall back-end UI updates. As you can tell, I don't have a ton of front end for the UI just yet. It doesn't look particularly nice, but that's not the focus right now. The focus is getting it to work. And of course, fighting is always going to be something that we're working on. Always going to be working on that. Same thing with movement, flight, rolling. Those things are always going to be worked on. Like, there's never going to be a moment until the game has probably been finished that I'm going to be working on those. And last but not least, the things that we're currently dropping. I think we're going to end up dropping action commands. As much as I wanted action commands, I think that's a lot of work I can't do right now. And if we end up going towards a full release or like a genuine finished state for the game, that might be something we do. But right now we're going for a more general feel concept, or even just a small, not even vertical slice, because the vertical slice is a viable product. But this is more of a concept piece that I want to just get done. And so I said it might take a couple of years because I'm still learning a lot. But this has really helped a lot in my learning process. So as for things I'm dropping, the triangle action command is probably one. Like I said, partner combat AI might end up being one, depending on how difficult it is to do. The nav meshes that I was working with when I first started using them, didn't know what I was doing, got angry, quit on them, and then now that I know what I'm doing, they're a little bit more understandable and easy to use, so I've been using them a little bit. And the weapon system also might not be a thing. I know this is an RPG, but I'll be honest, I think weapon systems might not work for the world I'm making, so that might not be something I end up doing. It's kind of sad, but it's something I want to do. Now, do I actually want to talk about artwork? That's the real question. Sure. Sweaty Eddie Imposed here, just letting you know that I'm about to rattle off some names and some characters that are going along with them. This is very early concept art, so don't take it with any kind of sense of finalization. Alright, on to the video. Why not? I did mention I'd talk about characters at some point, right? So characters, we got Cortez, Luz, George, Thomas, Tyson. There's some talent folk I want to get done. We'll probably use placeholders for talent folk. I'll have to buy them, like off the Unity store. Same thing with monsters. Monsters, talent folk probably have to be placeholders for now. They're not super complicated. I might make one. I might use them as Blender fodder because obviously hiring someone to do 3D modeling is very expensive. So it might be something that I take up as a side hobby. Who knows? I might learn something. Why not? I don't see a problem with that. I gotta learn it at some point anyway. Well, that's not fair to myself. I've been trying to learn it for a long time, but it's been difficult to kind of put my foot down and give myself time to actually sit down and try to learn. So I'll actually try to do it myself. Been watching tons of tutorials on Blender and people, setting up their ideal workstations and workplaces. Not workplaces. What's the word I'm looking for? Basically, people setting up how they do their work done and what it takes for them to do it. Right? I've been watching a ton of those. I've watched people turn things from 2D to 3D. I've watched people make 2D art in Blender. Of course, I'm on the Blender subreddit constantly. Although I'm not commenting, and I don't think I've joined it, but I do look at it from time to time. So it's been interesting. I've started a couple tutorials, but like I said, I haven't been able to just kind of sit down and just do it. That's kind of been on me. But I am eager to learn it at some point and kind of get over that fear of it and finally get some of it done myself. That being said, probably won't look nearly as nice as if a professional did it, which is why I would love a professional to do it, but I don't have hiring or professional money. So we're just going to work with what we got so far. And maybe, who knows, maybe we can develop something different. And other than that, we have some of the terrain things. As you can probably tell by the demo, I've been working a little bit on terrain, but not enough to consider it done, right? So other than Sunset Rock and the road to Sunset Rock, which obviously are not finished, but are going to be where they're going to stay the way they are for now, I need to do the first outskirts, which is the outskirts that goes to the road to Sunset Rock and to the Hellendale mine, and then Hellendale itself, the judge's room, which isn't a terrain, but it'd be nice to populate it with objects so it doesn't look empty, and give it walls. And our boy's room, Cortez. Yeah. But yeah, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. And hopefully you guys like and subscribe so you can keep along with the journey. And maybe next week, or maybe sometime this month, we won't work on this. We'll work on a different project. And maybe I'll even put this project to rest on here and then shift it to whenever there's big updates about it, maybe. And then maybe we'll do some other challenges instead. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, peace.
That way squeeze, why don't you why do we not know how to my name we bang, my name we boys. I got the goods, I got what you want. Can't walk that I'm on, fully dead I'm on. Even my haters wanna get I'm on. Rest in peace to my bag of on. Rapper song, singer, suspended, subpoena, misdemeanor, dreamer, hellback, acid, Loki, still a damn. I still shake a boost, go slam on my boat. Don't sit on the come up, shot that nigga sauce. Down my nigga back, down my nigga. When